And with tears and gnashing of teeth at home, all three of my kids grew up at Wrigley Field. My wife grew up there with me through my entire career. I never envisioned leaving. Now, at this point, the Cubs had just been put up for sale. So I felt strongly that I would remain in that position. There was no doubt about it. But on the other hand, I wanted to find out if I could really reinvent myself and say, okay, that is the Mount Everest of our industry. If you can play a role in climbing that mountain, then maybe you've achieved something in your career. So I labored over it. I didn't sleep for 4 nights. I went back and forth, and I was sworn to secrecy. So this is now an internal decision, other than the conversations I had with my wife. And I got to the point I couldn't think about it. I was at baseball meetings in Florida. And my ritual every day is I get up at 4:30, I read 4 newspapers, I go work out, and I got up about the same time, went for a great workout. Had a great workout. I just came back and came back to my room. We were staying, I think, at the Grand Floridian in Florida, and I just said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to call home and tell my wife Karen I'm going to do this. So she cried and said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah." And she cried some more, and she said, "Well, you know better than anybody." So I called Rocky and accepted his offer. And then 3 days later there was a press conference, and they wanted to do it right away for fear that it would get out, that everybody would find out. And I said goodbye to the Cubs staff in the morning, came in here, had a press conference, a live press conference at noon, and realized within an hour that there were going to be a lot of changes here. So.
And there have been.
There have been countless changes. Countless changes. I think it's more of a philosophical change. I think that I'm looking for ambitious, dynamic, enthusiastic achievers that want to take this franchise to a place it's never been before. And excellence is going to be accepted. There's going to be expectations on everybody, including me. I take this harder and hold myself more accountable than anybody. So we made a lot of changes. There's only a handful of people that are here from 16 months ago. So it was painful. Some of these people had been here 25 or 30 years and had committed their life to it, but it became, for me, it became almost personal in that it was them or me, that this is a real quest, that we're going to run this like a professional operation. We need to hire well. In my opinion, the most underrated executive skill is hiring. You can have the greatest game plan, the greatest blueprint, the greatest playbook, but if you don't hire well, you have no chance. So the first person I hired was a director of human resources, and I spent probably 4 hours with her, and I said, this is exactly the type of person we're going to bring in here. And we've been able to accomplish that. So it's been a long, painful process. We haven't done anything yet. People get caught up in the fact we are going to lead the NHL in attendance. Coming from 29th, we're going to lead the NHL in attendance. We were able to capture the Winter Classic, which I think changed the DNA of this franchise forever. We brought back Pat Foley. We have all of our games on television. We partnered with WGN Radio, who I was familiar with, WGN TV and WGN Radio, during my Cub days. But the validation here doesn't, and the fans are back. The fans needed to see a profound change.